You guys, we are so close to TSW6. I am so excited. Yeah, I'm completely skipping my intro because I don't care today. By the time this video goes up, we will just be hours away from the Riviera line preview, which is our final preview for TSW6 before early access begins tomorrow on Thursday. Of course, I'm filming this Wednesday night, sad face emoji, but I have never been more excited to be in the future from what we have learned and what we have seen with the Riviera line and the Morristown line. Both, in my opinions, look like two very strong releases. Again, reserving my thoughts for the preview stream, and I probably will make a video about that tomorrow night to go up in the morning on Thursday before early access launches. It definitely won't be as in-depth with all of my notes like the Morristown line because I feel like the devs revealed a lot in that last article. They kind of went through pretty much everything in terms of timetable and what you can expect. I will be talking about the scenery and what I think of the route as a whole, but it's going to be a much shorter video, but not as short as this one. We have a new showcase video that Dovetail actually posted over on their website. Some new clips here and there. We get to hear sounds from the Class 802, and honestly, even though I can't attest to the accuracy of these sounds, for those of you that know these trains, have videos of them, see them and hear them every single day, your opinions matter the most. But from someone that listens for the details and the quality of audio, I think this sounds pretty darn good. Of course, the inside of the Class 802 definitely resembles the Azuma sets we already have, but there are differences here. I like the way the inside of the Azuma looks, so I'm happy to have that back, but just in a different variation this time. I really like the green inside of the coaches too. The seats look really nice. They look very well modeled, well textured. From the new bits of scenery that we're seeing in this little showcase too, looks really good in my opinion. The seawall looks lovely. I don't see any people out there though. I really hope we see people walking along that. It would be even better if we could personally walk along that too in rail spot, but I definitely hope that that's not empty in the preview. Now for our Class 150, we have new sounds on this thing and they are being brought over to the TFW Class 150 for Cardiff City Network as well. That makes me happy, and I believe that's going to be in TSW6 only, so I don't think those sound upgrades to that version will be backported for TSW5. I think the button and knob sounds, all the little clicks sound really good to me, and I really like the interiors for the 150 as well. Love that green. The announcements, of course, on this and the 802 sound good. I like the little like reverb echo that they have going on there with audio effects. These are the things that I look out for. There are a lot of sound mods, some of them really good and some of them unfortunately not so good. For example, ones that have audio files just completely dry with no effects or filters, they kind of pull me out of the immersion a little bit. I like that speaker sound effect that you hear here. So great job to whoever worked on that. Now there have been a lot of questions about accuracy. I cannot attest to that here, but I think they do at least sound great. Oh man, I need to talk about this CrossCountry Voyager. This Class 220 sounds incredible. I was a little worried how some of this stock would look inside the cab during nighttime lighting, but all of this looks pretty good, especially the Class 220. Love the info display screens. I have a feeling this is probably gonna be one of my favorites in the game once we get it. Right now for me, in terms of UK stock, it's the Class 390 and the 150 from Cardiff City Network, but this one might be edging out on top. Now, one thing that I do want to say, just based off of this look here inside the carriage for the CrossCountry Voyager, the lighting seems a little bit off. It just seems a little bit too bright and washed out. I feel like it definitely should be dimmer, but other than that, I think it looks pretty good. And man, those platform announcements, they sound even better than the in-train ones. I also like how I think we're getting like this whole proximity effect thing where, you know, if you hear announcements on other platforms, you will still be able to hear them, but they might be quieter. And the further you go away from those speakers, the harder it is to hear those announcements. And I feel like just hearing that around you is going to sound so freaking neat. It's really going to make these stations come to life, especially the busier ones. Also, the modeling on these rock cliffs, oh my gosh, that looks incredible. Love the reflections of them in the water. I think this might end up being one of the most beautiful routes that we have in game when all is said and done. So those are my just brief in the moment thoughts from this little showcase video. I'll have the whole thing at the end so you can watch it through and hear the sounds instead of me blabbing my mouth. But I can't wait for the stream, and I will be in the chat. I hope I see you guys there. I will definitely be saying hi and of course taking notes, but I'm gonna try my best to actually just watch and enjoy this thing and engage, because I've noticed for the last 2 streams I was just so focused on taking notes and trying to plan content that I never really got to actually watch the stream and soak it all in. I just kept having to pause to do all that tedious stuff. Let me know what you think. Are you excited for TSW6? Are you excited for the Riviera line? Also, don't forget about my giveaway. I will have a link to the video where you can leave a comment. It doesn't even matter what you say in the comment. I'm using a random comment picker to choose our winner for the giveaway, and if we get to 7,000 subscribers by the 30th when the game releases, I will give away 2 standard editions. And one person actually left a good suggestion. What if someone already pre-ordered? Will they be able to have something else? And you know, I thought about that. Yes. So if you do end up winning, and of course you respond back to claim your game code, but you decide that you don't actually want one because you've already pre-ordered, maybe you want the deluxe edition or maybe you got the special edition, then I'll just let you pick whatever DLC or router loco you want. I figured that would be pretty fair. That's gonna be it from me for this video. Take care, guys. Happy rail simming.
Welcome aboard this Great Western Railway service to Cardiff Central. We'll be calling at Ivy. This is a Great Western Railway service to Exmoor. The next train to arrive at platform 1 will be the 12:39 cross-country service to Payton.